Hello everybody, happy April. I hope you are enjoying the lovely spring weather. I have been. I had the opportunity to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival last weekend in DC. It was very crowded because it was also like kite flying day. But I did get an opportunity to take a look at the cherry blossoms. They were beautiful. We have a lot here in Baltimore too, so if you go to Fort McHenry, I think they also have cherry blossoms there. But I hope you're having a good April. Welcome to Vignette to Vogue, vlog number 11. We're moving along. But before we get started, you know what I'm going to say. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's Epiphany Interiors, which is my interior design business. And give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. Just let me know you stopped by. I really appreciate all of your interface on this app with me. And in vlog number 11, we're going to talk today about textiles a little bit more. So we have been talking about textiles a little bit. So we talked about course toile de jouy, which we did in vlog number 9. And I think we talked about, I think I mentioned ikat in the last one, and I mentioned it before, but the whole last vlog was about it. And now this time we're going to continue to explore textiles. One of the reasons I wanted to explore textiles today is because of my inspo image behind me, which has a lot of patterns. So let's just go ahead and define textiles. A textile is any material made of interfacing fibers. It can take a variety of forms and has many functions. No matter one's environment or situations, textiles are probably part of it. Found in clothing, furniture, bedding, carpeting, and even some car parts, textiles are everywhere. So we're talking about textiles today because we want to just keep exploring how textiles are used in both interior design and how they're also used in fashion. So what I wanted to do today was highlight some of the most common patterns of textiles that we see, that we've seen in probably both fashion and in interior design. And I have a long list of images, or I have a long list of probably the most popular fabrics that are utilized. I'm gonna run them down. And I'll probably include an image of a few of them, not all of them. For you to get like in-depth information on all of them, I want you to go to my Instagram page, which is Epiphany Interiors, and there I'll make sure that I highlight an example of each and every one of these fabrics. So as I go through the list, just think about examples that you may have in your own wardrobe or in your home or in your car that are an example of these different types of patterns of textiles. So let's start off with abstract. Abstract is, sometimes people create their own patterns. If you ever watched Project Runway, they had many challenges where they created their own pattern. So abstract patterns, which is something you create on your own. Animal print is self-explanatory. Argyle, basket weave, batik, brocade, checkered, we know what checkered is, right? Like a checkerboard. Chevron, damask, one of my favorites. Floral, geometric. Gingham. Gingham, I wore a gingham top in a previous vlog with the gingham wallpaper that was in the background. So I'll show you guys that too. Maybe here or maybe over on my Instagram page, or both, but we'll see. Harlequin. Harlequin. What do you think about when you think of Harlequin? Greek key, one of my, again, favorite geometric patterns. Herringbone, houndstooth. Did we not just talk about ikat? We know exactly what that is. So we just talked about that in the last vlog. Okay, so paisley, plaid, polka dot. Let's stop there. We got polka dot today, huh? Polka dot is what I have on here. If you take a look at the image in the back, we have polka dot wallpaper. So that's why I have on this polka dot top today. It mimics that polka dot wallpaper. And then we have kind of like an abstract pattern on the shades on the floor. And I just took this skirt to interpret that, but we'll talk about that later. We're going to get to our hallway runway. Stripes, very simple, very easy. Tartan. Toile de jouy. Does that sound familiar? Do we know that? I think we talked about toile de jouy in vlog number 9. So yes, we know exactly what toile de jouy is. Trellis, which is another one of my favorites. So textiles, we all know if we're dressing a room, right? So as an interior designer, I look at designing a room as dressing it. So if we think about it like that, our textiles would be what? That would be our drapery fabric, carpeting. It would also be our upholstery fabric, what we use to upholster the seating in the room. I always look at, when I go to look at a room, I always look at the fabrics that I'm going to utilize, because that's the actual garment of the room, if you will. And then things like accessories are just like accessories that we wear. Lighting, chandeliers, art, all of those are the accessories of dressing a room. And then I look at the actual furniture, like if it's a living room or a bedroom, for example. Those pieces of furniture that function in the room, those tables where you could place your drink or your art or your table books that may have storage, I kind of look at those as the shoes of the room, because they function. You know, your shoes function. They keep your feet protected as you walk, and in a room, they help the room function in the way that it was designed to function. So a coffee table, to me, is the shoe of the room, or the bed. The actual bed is the shoe of the room. So I always like to play with the idea of interior design and fashion, because again, this is Vignette to Vogue. I'm always thinking like that. That's just kind of how my mind works. But get down in the comments and tell me, what's your favorite textile? Like, what's your favorite design textile that you have seen either in a space, pillows, curtains, upholstery fabric, or I have, like we talked about ikat, I have a lot of ikat clothing at home that I love, because it's one of my favorite patterns, but it's also one of my favorite patterns to utilize for drapery and pillows. Let me know if you have a certain favorite fabric, and if it translates in both your interior design spaces as well as your wardrobe. Because again, this is Vignette to Vogue. We're always looking for opportunities to cross those two things. And textiles is the way that we do that, because textiles are utilized in both interior design and fashion. That's what I want to talk about today. Don't forget to go over to my Instagram page so you can get those images of the examples of all of the patterns that I just highlighted. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.
Our polka dot tank mimics the polka dot wallpaper on the wall. We also have our tortoise accents that represent the tortoise glass on the table, and the rhinestone represents the shine of the mirror. We have our scallop shapes that represent the scalloping on the lamp and the table. We have a green Zulu bracelet and an abalone bracelet, and our ethnic clutch. We also have our green belt, which mimics the green table with the gold hardware, and our fringe skirt. Also, our lucite shoes represent the lucite chairs that are up against the island in the kitchen. We mixed a lot of patterns today. You know why, guys? Because it's Vignette to Vogue, baby.